obviously speeded up quite a bit. So hopefully it will just remind you of the key facts. Then you can get on with the today's worksheet. Okay, so a polygon is just a shape with straight sides. And this works for any sort of irregular shape. So this doesn't have to be a regular shape where all the angles and all the lengths are the same. So when we did that exterior and interior angle business last lesson, do you remember the one where we were saying that interior plus exterior equals 180 and the exterior is always total 360? That only works for regular shapes. So this is really another approach which you can do when you've got an irregular shape. So the angles and the sides are different. So this is how it works. What we did last year, I'll just wait for the slide to go through. We started off by having a number of different sided shapes, and you can see that on the left. So we had a 3-sided shape, the triangle, a 6-sided shape, a 4-sided shape, a 5-sided shape, and a 10-sided shape. And what I then got you to do, because we were doing this on a worksheet, we then just took one single point on the shape somewhere, and just from there we went to all the other corners to see how many triangles that we could actually form. Okay, so you can see that when we had the 6-sided shape, there was 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. Okay, when there was a 4-sided shape, we got 2 triangles. When we got a 5-sided shape, we got 3 triangles. And that 10-sided shape, I'll just quickly fill them in now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's just a straight line there, and 8. So we got 8 triangles. And so in short, what we discovered was whenever you've got, however many number of sides you've got, the number of triangles that you get is 2 less. So when it was a 3-sided shape, 1 triangle, 4-sided shape, 2 triangles, 5-sided shape, 3 triangles, and so on. Okay, it's just a bit of a lag there, but just the bit that I'm just circling in red now. So what your starting point is, see how many sides you've got and take away 2 to get the number of triangles. Now, once we've done that, we know that every triangle, the angles in any triangle add up to 180. That's just the bit I'm circling in green now. Okay, so what we go and do, we take the number of triangles and we multiply that by 180. Okay, and that gives us the total of the angles inside the shape. So not each of them, but the total of the interior angles. So we know for a 3-sided shape, the angles add up to 180. Yeah, of course they do. That's a triangle. Okay, we know for a 4-sided shape, a quadrilateral, that they add up to 360. Yeah, that's another one we know. But for a 5-sided shape, because that's 3 triangles, 3 times 180, we know the angles inside the shape add up to 540. So the process is, step 1, how many sides? Step 2, take away 2 to get the number of triangles. Step 3, multiply that by 180, and that gives you the total of the angles inside the shape. Now, how do you then go on to work out what each of the angles in the side the shape was? Well, you've then just got to go back and divide by the number of sides. Okay, so let's just work through on this slide. Let's just focus on the 5-sided shape. 5-sided shape. All right, so 5 sides, therefore 3 triangles. Just highlighting in green. Times that by 180, we know the angles inside the shape add up to 540. Okay, but how many angles are there? It's got 5 sides, so we need to take that 540 and divide by 5. Divide that by 5, and we know that each angle is 108 degrees. So don't go and then divide by the number of triangles, because that would just take you back to 180. So let's just go through one more again. Okay, let's just go through another one from the beginning. Let's take that 7-sided shape. So 7 sides. Okay, go and times that by, so that's 5 triangles, times that by 180 is 900, and then divide that by the 7 sides, we get each angle being 129. So as long as the shape is a regular shape, you can just divide by the number of sides to work out what each angle was. Obviously, if it was not a regular shape, then you can't do that. You can't do this step on this slide. Okay, so for some of the questions you'll be looking at, it's going to just be doing what's on the previous slide. You're just going to be working out what the total angles are. Okay, so I just want to finish. I'm going to skip the next slide and just go on to this very final one here and just see if you can gather your thoughts on this. Now, if it happened to be a regular shape and it's got 20 sides, how would we work out what each of the angles was? So we would say 20 sides, take away 2, that means it's got 18 triangles. Times that by 180, because every single triangle has 180 degrees. Just get my calculator. 18 times 180 equals 3240. So that's the total of the angles inside the shape. Now, how many internal angles has it got? Well, it's got 20 sides, so it's got 20 angles. So if we go and divide that by 20, we get 162 degrees, and that would be the side of each of the angles inside the shape. So I think that's probably enough for us to be getting on with. There might be some questions you get stuck on because they're not exactly the same as what I've just explained. So please do speak up if you get stuck. All right, I will be sharing, and as always, I'll be sharing the screen with the questions you're working on. Okay, can somebody just give me a wave if they can see that the questions are already available? Oh yeah, I can see they are because some of you have made a start. Excellent. Okay, and thank you for waving. Thank you. Okay, guys, so if you want to get on with those questions, that would be super.